Happy New Year, everybody. This is the Late Night Enforcers, episode 27. We're doing a year in review. And as you've probably noticed before on one of our videos, small, medium, and large, now we're talking beards, small, medium, and large. That's right. We're getting down and dirty with this shit, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be amazing. You wait. Patrick's going to end up with a little bitty one that's about like probably half as long as mine. And then Ryan is gonna like get that peach fuzz, that Miami Vice fucking 5 o'clock shadow just sustained on there all the time. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. His wife's gonna hate it, but you know, it's for the fans. It's not for him. It's not for her. It's for you guys, our favorite people. Look, he's taking a shot because he wants to forget that I just said that. But that's okay. It's on recording, and he'll have to watch that over and over again because he loves listening to himself talk. So as with me always, as I've mentioned, is Ryan and Patrick. And we're here to talk
We're here to talk about stupid shit. He ran out of words to say. Could you tell?
I'm done.
Done.
Going down.
What did we do? Like an hour and 20 minutes of preparation, and that's the most I could come up with. It's just here we are.
We're here. We're gonna talk about shit that we did in 2017, and hopefully plans for 2018. I guess.
Yeah, I believe it's already been a year.
One plan that I've got. Wait, has it only been a year that you've been doing this with us, Patrick?
Something close to that.
Almost. It's been close.
Almost, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
We've been doing it for like, what, two and a half years now?
Yeah.
About that, yeah. I know, I mean, what? Episode 27, I know we've always tried to do these at least monthly. Remember, we started trying to do them every other week. And that quickly did not last for longer than a couple months.
I think we did that twice, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, I think we lasted through a few arguments, but once we got into like the third Destiny argument, we were like,
this shit's not funny anymore. Nobody's
right. Right.
Well, we haven't done a debate in the longest fucking time.
So. Oh no, we should probably do that. Hey, while you're hanging out watching us, hit that little subby button. I don't know where I am on the screen right now because Patrick always sets this up, and I don't know if I change spots every time. But there's a sub button below. Slap that. Hit the little bell next to it for notifications because we put out weird shit in between when we do these. And then let us know in the comments what we need to debate about because Ian and I haven't screamed at each other in a while.
Yeah. Not here. I mean, we got kicked out of what was that, Scotty P's recently?
Yes.
We started yelling at each other. They thought we were two separate people, but we were both wearing our Apex Fitness hoodies that are fucking warm and phenomenal. Oh, look at that.
Woo. Yeah. Plug.
Ryan's got his on. Mine's sitting over here because it got a little too hot in my place, but my favorite thing is when I hang it incorrectly and everybody only sees vag. And
dude, in all honesty, I'm actually happy that I have my medium one back. And it's not the original. This was a replacement. My first one got stolen at the office. And I just found out from security at my office that I'm not going to be getting it back. Yeah. So super salty about that. But I'm glad I got a replacement. So
how do they know that you're not going to get it back? Did the person that stole it got fired or some shit?
No. It's a whole long drawn out thing. I provided evidence showing that I talked to the dude who had it when he was wearing it on Black Friday and said, go check out this camera, blah. And then I saw him wearing it after the fact again and said, hey, here's where he is if you need to find him. And then I got an email message on Friday saying, we're closing it out. We talked to him. He's stating he didn't obtain it, even though I literally saw him wearing it that day. It's like, there's no way, like the fact that they're saying you can't get it back unless you call the Plano police at this point is like, to me, doesn't make any sense. You can't look at any of the information that I've given them. I helped design it. I was the only one that had it at the time. The only other people that have one in Texas are you, my sister, and Hanzo. Me. That's it. That's it. Homie said his girlfriend got it on Amazon. We didn't sell them on Amazon. Prove it, homie. It's physically impossible. But at this point, I don't even know if I want it back. More so than I just want it. Like, I don't know if I'd wear it if I got it back.
You want it
because it's
back for the
fucking dingy as
principle.
fuck. It's faded and dingy as fuck. Like, he's not treating it right.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna fucking call the cops over a goddamn hoodie. It's a hoodie. I get it. It's the principle of the fact that it's my property and it was stolen.
Yeah.
So that ends my little salty portion. Don't want to get off the rails there.
Well, just in case that fucker's watching, fuck you, you little piece of shit. Okay.
Yeah. You a dick, bruh. And
You a big old dick.
He sees me look at him every time I walk through the smoke pit in between two buildings on the way to the gym, even when I'm wearing this one. So maybe
Nice
I'll take
hoodie,
a selfie
bro.
with him. Maybe I'll take a selfie with him. Be like, hey, twins, twinsies.
You should show up with the white one instead.
Oh, I should. Yeah, because I ended up buying 3, and I was only gonna buy 2 more, but I had to buy 3. So I got a white one and a black one, both in small to work out in because they actually fit. Like this one is my loungy one for when I video game. I can wear it pretty much anywhere. The small I work out in because it fits a little better for the gym, not to make me look bigger because if anything, it actually shows off my fat rolls a little bit more, and I don't like that. But I like the fact that it helps actually it helps me work on like bench press form and stuff because it fits well in the right areas so I can feel tight when I'm lifting. So that's why I got it. Ian's looking at me funny. I don't care. I got some good things to talk about that happened to me in 2017 game wise. Some things that I enjoyed, some things that I've hated, some things that I'm currently hating.
Oh, there's nothing to hate.
And then
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And then plans for 2018. So
Cool.
I'm
Well, that's cool. Real quick, stupid joke. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole when I tell the story. I think it's hilarious. So let me start it with that. Over the Christmas break, my mom picked up for me, or my folks picked up for me, a copy of Deus Ex. Was it Humanity Divided? The sequel to the one that came out on the 360, the one with Jensen.
Humankind Divided.
I don't want to be like this. And I didn't notice it until I got back home from Oklahoma and I was kind of looking over everything. But it had the little rating down in the bottom, was PEGI 18, which means that's the UK version of the game. Which, luckily enough, all the consoles this generation have been unlocked, so it's not an issue. I mean, I put it in, installed it, and checked it just to make sure. But I thought it was fucking funny because when you open it up, man, that PEGI 18 rating is like on the disc like 4 fucking times. Like really big. Like I'd like to see the American disc to see if it's the same picture because it's kind of like he's off to the side like, hello, this is Deus Ex. Those are your warnings. I hope you're not underage. But I thought
That makes me wonder. I wonder if I could get the international version of Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
you should be able to. The only problem is if that region's version doesn't have English, you're not going to be able to access English.
That's fine.
Yeah, that was the other reason why I loaded it up. And I need to actually load up on YouTube to see the opening sequence again because I was like, I wonder if all the voice actors in this are British now. And actually the beginning of it is like them trying to like build up we're going in to do this mission and all the people that are with him have a British accent. I'm like, is this just a coincidence or
region specific?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I like Red Dwarf.
I want to buy the Russian version.
There you go.
Нет, comrade.
Fuck it. Did you guys watch the fucking Google Plat?
Yes. That was funny.
That shit was good. Have you
That
seen
was
the,
hilarious.
Have you seen the SNL thing where they have like the Amazon thing, but it's like it's like Alexis Silver, and they have. Okay, are we taking a break here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got the text message. So I know it's really early. But we're gonna take a quick 5 so I can go put the kids down. I say the kids, but it's the kid and the wife. And then when we come back, we'll let Ian finish his conversation, and then we'll get into everything that we did throughout the year and what we liked and what we hated, etc. So, be right back.
Have been like really quick for everybody else, but for us, that was like
10
I
minutes.
have a whole nother beer. I should have actually got another beer. So I was
Sweet.
telling a story. I was talking about Alexis Silver. It was an SNL skit. It's pretty funny. It's like they have an Alexis that'll like recognize any name. So they're like Delilah, and it'll like recognize and move forward, and then they're like, it'll listen to your old folks tell their story, and like there's this guy telling a story, and it's just going, it's funny. You got to see it. The joke has died. I mean, the whole timing and punchline shit, that's all gone. So 2017 is technically over right now as of recording. It's December 30th at 11 o'clock at night.
They don't have to know that.
I guess we'll get it out of the way. No big plans for the rest of the year.
By the time you're watching it, you're probably hungover. If you did it right, you're still hungover.
Yes.
If you did it wrong, get hungover. Get turned.
Get
There's
turned
still
so you
time.
can be hungover later
Yeah.
and then rewatch it.
Yes.
There you go.
And then,
Preferably from a different YouTube account that you can add an extra like to.
yeah.
It makes it funnier.
I would say pause this, but no, don't. We need people to watch shit all the way through to the end.
Right?
Oh,
So,
I heard a
quick question. What's everybody drinking tonight?
Oh, Lord.
What do you fellas got?
well, I want to hear what Patrick is drinking because
Yes.
he's been kind of talking to us about it in our little group chat. Now, I want to hear more.
The spice.
Oh, this is Locust Cider. Hootenanny is the and the hard cider series from them. And this is let's see if I get this on the camera right. Oh, it comes in backwards.
No, it looks fine. It looks fine.
Oh, it looks fine.
Chili pineapple.
Chili pineapple, yeah. Hard cider, and you can actually see the bits of chili maybe floating around in there. So, but
Take your word for it.
We're gonna need to see you drink the chili on stream.
the spice is not. It kind of warms you, but it doesn't really kick you in the pants. I don't think it's anywhere like that habanero one, that habanero beer that Fiend had. But it's weird. I don't know if it's pineapple or what, but it seriously tastes like you're grabbing a wallet of leather or something. It's weird. So it's gotten better the more that I've had it.
Shoving leather down your throat?
Yeah, like shoe leather or something. It's
Okay, see, I like the shoe leather reference because we start talking about wallet leather, and all I can think of is the taste of cow ass and human ass at the same time, and that's not a flavor combination that I want to think about. That's just
shoe leather, sir. Shoe leather.
That's gross.
But yeah, I've been slowly drinking it down.
I would not drink it, but I mean,
well, Ryan, you're
it's
very
$4.
particular.
Yeah, I do want to try the habanero beer though.
I got to try to find it again.
Yeah, if you find it again, pick me up a bottle. Let me know. I'll get you for it.
So that's what I have. There's the other one that I get to have at some point is a smoked blueberry.
That brings back memories, but that brings back memories of stoner days.
Yeah. Exactly. I got that purple kush.
I legitimately, you remember dude from prior streams, Steak and Eggs?
Yeah.
That's who I smoked blueberry with one time.
Okay.
Yeah, like we fucking hotboxed the shit out of his car and coasted down a hill back into the parking spot in front of my buddy's house, and crawled up the stairs. I was literally inside the fridge as like my entire upper torso was. I'm sorry, mom and dad, and not my actual mom and dad, but his mom and dad. If they're watching this later, they're not. But yeah, I was head to torso in the fridge, and then I fell over laughing. And his dad was awake, asked, "Why are they laughing?" And my buddy was trying to cover for me. He was like, "Jaime dropped the butter," and that made it worse. I thought I was gonna die on the floor. I thought I was physically going to die because I was laughing so hard. You remember the time when we played the Division?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was that, but worse.
Okay. I think I
Yeah.
remember when we got the giggle fits during that.
Yeah, when you first you got to run around it for an hour, and then you got to find the door. And
Oh no, that was Wildlands. That wasn't the Division. But
sorry,
yeah,
Tom
yeah,
Clancy
it's
game.
same fucking game. So,
But one's better than the other.
well, yeah, Wildlands is
Yeah.
way better than the Division.
It's different. I'm not gonna say better because they're different
Look,
mechanics.
if I shoot a motherfucker in the head
He dies,
and he dies, that's better.
and they
Now-
don't have magic fire.
Oh,
Yeah, magic fire.
fucking stupid ass shit.
Okay, now that chili hit with that one.
There we go.
Yeah, but hey, wait till you burn.
Woo!
That shit's
That's gonna be fun.
What are you sipping on, fiend?
So I excuse me. I am I'm drinking a Franconia triple dunkel. I bought a Franconia like variety pack because I like variety packs.
You like variety in your life.
Fancy motherfucker. It's
Snobby.
good. I've had it before. It's just it's a dark. It's
Snobby.
it's a dark beer.
Hashtag Deathstroke sucks.
Hashtag fuck your face. Or
Just make sure you get all your
level when you're
chimichangas.
standing next to me.
Make sure you get all your chimichangas. Plug for the stream. Oh man,
Yeah,
I
if,
do need
if
to get these.
anyone is not following Sleek Stealthy 85 Loves Little Girls, go find that Twitch channel and hit that follow button so that you get those notifications when Sleek is streaming about liking little girls. I mean, Ryan is a small person anyway, so you know it's okay that he likes little girls because they're the right size for him. It's not loaded. I'm not worried about you. Oh God, it is loaded. That's a good thing we're 2 towns away.
You had your warning.
now what you've done. Oh God, if that thing went off. I'm sorry. That would be funny as fuck. I know that would be an issue, but that would be funny as fuck.
That would be the fucking day, right?
Yeah. Watch the Marine fucking around with his gun and all of a sudden.
United States Marine Corps armorer becomes YouTube famous for a negligent discharge in his own garage.
There you go.
The only thing that would make it better though is if it discharges, you get that shocked look on your face, and then we get some drywall that just sprinkles out on you. That is exactly how it would happen.
Cartoon style.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to fix that later. It's dry as fuck. It's not cycling right.
All
There
right,
you
so
go.
what do
That's
you-
what she said. That's what she said, right?
Well, when they're with you, they are dry.
Well, I'm just running a couple of shots of some whiskey that I've already reviewed. Can you guys see that?
Cocteau City Creek.
Catoctin?
Yeah.
Catoctin Creek. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that one.
If you know how to pronounce
Brownstone
that,
rye.
you put it in the comments below.
Yeah, if you got that, if you go to mouth.com, you can get yourself a 6-month subscription for Whiskey of the Month Club. Use code Late Night Enforcers for 10% off.
Or, if we all just want to
I think it's still active. Tell me if it is still active. I have no idea.
We got that, 2 years ago?
It was like, yeah, something like that. So yeah, but yeah,
Right.
just
Ryan's putting
What?
a cock tin in his mouth.
yeah.
Hey, it's better than shoe leather.
I thought you were gonna brandish it like I'm fucking coming over to your house. Jesus.
Right? So games I want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about Destiny 2.
Oh,
wow.
really? Okay, because I mean, I brought
That
it in
was a
here
big
so that
chunk
we
of
could
your
talk
year.
about
I
it.
mean, if you want to talk about it, we could talk about it, but I wasn't going to because I've played it enough, and most people who watch us have seen me play it.
Oh, you could probably
Uh,
technically do a quick review of the expansion.
This is grainy 3D.
I don't know. It's odd.
New Legends Void. Yeah, I want to talk about this.
Okay.
There you go.
So we'll talk about Destiny 2. I will definitely talk about Assassin's Creed Origins, and The Evil Within 2. It'll be very brief about Evil Within 2 because I just started it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be
Mad about
real
that game.
brief.
I'm so mad
You
about
gotta
that game.
shoot the butt head. I think that's the weak spot.
Why won't the bitch die? Oh, you have to have the one-hit wonder axe. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
You'll
that's-
get to that though.
I mean,
And
it could. Oh
need
shit,
to
that's gonna
find-
fall. It could
I
be
need-
worse. I mean,
yeah.
so
I mean, it's apparently basically that game and a few other games put together.
I don't know. That one
Uh,
hasn't scared me yet. But then again, I'm not playing it.
Where did I put my phone? Because there was a link I'm going to look at in a group that I want to bring up and talk about for something for next year.
Okay. Well, while Ryan is trying to find his phone,
What does Ian want to talk about? And then we obviously, I mean, whatever you guys want to talk about. I don't have that much, so.
you know, I've actually got like for visual aids, I brought like a stack of shit
Oh,
over
nice.
so that I could show what I've been talking about and playing and what I've been doing. But I want to go ahead and get this out of the way because I haven't done a review for this because we were going to do the review on the. Oh, check that out. When did you buy that?
I didn't buy it. I got it for my birthday and I haven't played it yet. Still in plastic.
Oh, very nice. So I want to go ahead and do a quick review for this game. If you'll just bear with me, pay very close attention. I want to make this short and sweet. So we're just gonna knock this out real fast. 10.
You might want to go up just a hair.
Um,
There you go.
That's a 10.
to quote somebody we know, the Striking Dre. What is Metroid?
Who is Metroid is what he said. Who is
He
this
said both.
Metroid? Did he?
He said both.
Well,
Yeah.
whichever. He's a fucking idiot. Bye, Dre. Fucking asshole. But no, seriously, if you have not played Metroid, Samus Returns, Samus Returns, yes. The original is called Samus Return or Return of Samus, but it is a pretty spot on remake of the old Game Boy game, which actually was the first Metroid game that I ever really played, and it was like one of the first Metroid games that I bought. It wasn't one of these ones that I was given as like a Christmas present or anything like that. Now, granted, I think it was Christmas money to buy it. Me and my brother both bought it at the same time, but I played through that game probably 6 times, and that one didn't have a map. It had no indication to tell you where to go or things along those lines. And when you cleared out an area, all you had was like sound indicating that the next level was opening up, that the lava stuff was recessing, and the screen would shake a little bit. But yeah, no, seriously, this game, fucking check it out. I say if you have a 3DS, you would be doing yourself a disservice not to play this game. It's fucking amazing. And I'm not only saying that because I want people to put more money into Metroid so that Metroid Prime 4 doesn't fucking suck. But yeah, no, really great game. Really great game.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it. The first Metroid I ever touched was on the SNES Classic that I got for my birthday.
So it's
There you
Super
go.
Metroid.
Yeah.
And you played it for 10 minutes and you're like, Ian's a fucking idiot, and turned it off.
Literally, that's what I did.
You
No,
gotta play.
I did give it a solid 30 minutes, but I wanted to cycle through a bunch of the games that were on there just to kind of get my feel for what I wanted to kind of work through. I did. I guess I didn't jump on and was like, I'm gonna play Super Mario. I didn't do that.
If I could tell you 2 games to play on that, one is going to be Super Metroid. The other one is, I think it's Final Fantasy 6 or 3, whichever, however number. Okay, yes, that one is fucking phenomenal. I wouldn't stream that one because there's a lot of reading involved, because that was back before they could do voice acting, because it was on a fucking cart. I've actually got the cart back over there, back here, right back.
I do think I'm gonna stream the kiddo and I playing Street Fighter 2.
I think that would be amazing.
There you go.
Because it is not only hilariously cute, but there are times where I am legitimately trying to play and she will still beat me. Because she catches the range kicks on my jumps just enough to where your life bar's like, I'm used to playing fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where I got 3 people to cycle through, and I'm like, it's not good. I can tag out. No, you can't. Remember what this was like, motherfucker. Remember.
Why am I punching when I'm trying to tag out?
Button mashing.
Where you came from.
Right? And she loves that game. Like if I plug the shit, if we played a fight game, I want to be a green guy. I'll be the girl. Can you make her pink? She'll pink Chun-Li. There you go. And she's surprisingly really good with Ken. She likes being Ken.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
But blue Ken. She's got to be blue Ken.
Ken.
Not red Ken. Or blue Blanca.
Blue Blanca, that was the one I always ended up being because I didn't press the right fucking button.
So I sent what I want to talk about for next year when we get to it into the group chat, and Steady has just fucking replied to it, and I'll bring it up in a little bit. What other games did you play, sir, that you really enjoyed?
Well, let's see here. Okay, so now it's no surprise to everybody that I got a Switch. So there's a Switch game in this conversation, but because I really, really wanted to play Zelda Breath of the Wild, I went ahead and bought it on the Wii U. This is a fantastic fucking game. I have not beat it. I don't think I'll ever beat it. It's one of those ones where I could pick it up and get lost in the motherfucker for hours. It's like Skyrim. It's like Fallout 4, where it's just like, fucking, where was I going? Hold on, these guys are shooting at me. Let me go fucking deal with that shit. I'm actually considering rebuying this game for the Switch that I picked up, because why not have one of the games that I've had a lot of fun with. Now, granted, I spent $1.25 to get this.
And at this point, if you bought it on the Switch, you'd still be in the green.
Yeah.
Or technically in the black.
Unless I bought the DLC thing. I opened it, now it won't shut. There we go.
You can probably find it on a bundle.
Yeah. Well,
end of year, man. End of year sales. You probably find it on a bundle easy.
I like physical games.
I'm saying you probably find it.
Well, they did. They actually because Nintendo doesn't do sales for their games all that much. Usually, what they'll do is they'll have the game out for like 3 to 5 years, and then they'll cut the price to $20 and change the printing on it.
That's right.
Yeah,
they're dicks.
Yeah,
they're dicks.
But they recently had a sale for the Mario plus Rabbids Magic Kingdom strategy thing. And so for $30, I picked that bad boy up. I played like the first area, and then I picked up, hold on. And then I picked up this motherfucker, who was Mario Odyssey. And boy, am I having a very good time with this game. I fucking love it. It's one of these things where, like last year, my son gave me Final Fantasy 15. This was his gift to me this year. So I've been playing the hell out of it. In fact, tonight he played it for the first time, and I lost him for a good 40 minutes. He was just sitting there playing it. And he actually never came to me. He was like, I'm having a hard time getting past this. He asked me, how did you get this? And at one point I had to be like, I didn't get over there. I didn't do that. So you're on your own. But I mean, he's picking this shit up and he's going with it. Man. Yeah.
Be free.
Be a beautiful butterfly.
Learn to game. Flourish.
It's
grow,
not
you beautiful flower.
You snowflake of death incarnate. But I'm having a fuck
That is
ton of fun with
literally my
this.
child, by the way. Snowflake of Death Incarnate.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's got the lyrics for the song at the end of the game in there, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
sing along with that shit.
Yeah, because
yeah.
that was readable.
I don't fucking care. But I've been
Sweet.
having a lot of fun with these games. As
Good.
Nintendo has had a hell of a fucking year. Splatoon 2 is pretty good. I've been playing a little bit of that for Christmas. My folks got me Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, granted, I played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. So going into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is just basically Mario Kart 8 with a couple new people, all the DLC, some tweaks to the game. It's still a fucking fun ass game. I love that game. Let's see what else. Sonic Mania was fucking amazing too. That was a really good game. I got stuck on it, not gonna lie. The fight with Metal Sonic, I still haven't passed that shit, but God, I love that fucking game. Can't show that off because there's no physical copies for that. We'll talk about that later. I haven't gotten far enough in this Uncharted: The Lost Legacy to really give a good statement on it. But having played through 4 games where you're following a dude around, the fact that now I'm staring at her sexy ass for the majority of this game, I mean, I don't know if it switches over, but goddamn, I'm gonna sound like a sexist asshole, but she should have been the lead role in all these games to begin with.
No exploding
Um,
zombies.
no, actually, I want to say it was the 3rd one, they kind of backed way the fuck off on the supernatural shit. The 4th one barely. I don't think it had any supernatural type stuff to it at all. It did have some bullshit where you were basically trying to find this pirate's stash of treasure. Basically, this pirate worked up a deal with a bunch of other pirates to make one giant stash of treasure. Which, come on, one pirate trying to put all this together, you know that pirate's trying to steal all this other pirate's shit, right? So he booby trapped this fucking corridor with like corpses that have like TNT in them. And I guess it was seismic or something because it couldn't have been, it could have been tripwire too. I don't know. It didn't teach me any mechanic to avoid it, but there were like exploding corpses all down this fucking thing. And it was just fucking run and don't let these fuckers kill you. But in this year, I did play through all 4 of the Uncharted games, and I would have to say the series as a whole, excluding that one, the Nathan Drake games, have been really fun. There have been their down points, and there have been their up points. Like, I still really, really like number 2. That one would have to be my favorite. Number 4 is pretty high up there as well. Had a really, really good story, but I strongly suggest if you're a first-time PlayStation 4 owner and you never owned a PlayStation 3, pick up the Nathan Drake collection and Uncharted 4. Try those out. Now, Ryan, when you get yours, you'll just borrow my copies, but this is for everybody else. Unless I know you, then you can just borrow my copies too. Do you want me to keep going? I've got like 3 more.
You've done a lot this year.
You
I have. And I'm not even touching on the games that I haven't that I played that didn't come out this year. Well, I just did, didn't I? Doom was fucking amazing and frustrating. And ooh, the end of that.
The end
fucking
of that.
game.
I'm glad we caught the end of that for you on fucking on stream.
I downloaded that, and it's like I think it was like 11 gigs was that whole fucking stream of that shit because I want to go through it at some point and just create a rage video because
Yeah.
oh dog, that shit. That game was pissing me off. I still really love the game. I found out a glitch in the game that you can exploit to kill people faster after I beat it. So what it is, you know, when you're switching weapons, you bring up a radial wheel or whatever the fuck that shit's called. So yeah, Ryan, take notes. Whenever you're fighting one of the big bad guys or multiple big bad guys, if you fire the BFG, then bring up the wheel, the BFG round will continue to do damage as it's going out. Yeah? Yeah. You need to play it. I mean, the soundtrack to that game is fucking awesome. It is so amazing. But yeah, no. Whenever
BFG wheel.
Yes. And it will continuously, unless they patched it. From the time that I've heard the video, I mean, I haven't tried it because as soon as I beat it, I uninstalled that motherfucker. I'm done with it. but I highly recommend it. It's one of those games where it's like, fuck, this thing pissed me off, but man, and I'm not gonna lie, I played it on the easiest setting. That was the easiest setting, and I was having that hard of a time. I'm not bad at video games. Ryan, shut your fucking mouth. I'm not the guy that drives into rocks.
I didn't say that you were a bad driver. I just merely called into question your ability to video game.
No.
I can't drive for shit in video games. If you've ever seen me play anything, specifically Far Cry 4, 5? 4.
4.
Or
5's not
4.
out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You,
4.
I mean,
Woo.
dude, you weren't even in the car 2
Woo.
seconds, and I swear to God, you just magnetized right to the fucking tree. It,
3.
yeah,
Train.
train.
yeah, you got to watch out for those trains that just come out of nowhere.
Now, if I had to do a game of the year, it would be really tight with Metroid, because I absolutely fucking loved that game. That game was fucking amazing, and I am a little biased. I got a shelf back here that you guys can't see. In fact, I put these stupid ass like GameCube style controllers that are painted with Metroid emblems on them. I put them on my Amazon wish list. Steadiest actually tracked one down. I'm not taking it out of the package. It's up there on the shelf. I'll take a picture of it and show it to you guys. But if I had to pick a game of the year, I would lean one towards that Metroid game, Samus Returns, because of bias, but one that actually created so much emotion that I don't ever want to play it again, but am going to, because I fucking hate life and hate gold in our fucking extra live stream. Once the new year flips over and my kid's not in the house, we're going to try a new format with it. We're going to pick up where I left off. We're going to try a new format with it. There's not going to be any face cam. It's going to be done in a way where Setiest will be sitting right next to me to kind of cut the tension a little bit so that I do continue to play the game. You can make that face all you want, fucktard. I got friends, like
face
real
cam.
friends that come around.
No face cam.
Look, what would be better? Seeing only me react or hearing me and Steadiest start screaming when shit's getting bad?
We would still hear her if we saw you.
I can't. I'm not doing it. You just shut the fuck up. You want to buy me a new laptop so that I can fucking, Mr. Moneybags with your fucking subscribers and your fucking shots for money. But if I had to pick a game of the year, this would be a close contestant. I mean, it's like 50-50 with Metroid and this motherfucker. Because this fucker scares the shit out of me. Like, Ryan, you talk about Slender, and you and I both went through Outlast 1 and Whistleblower. Those games were still...
That reminds me. I have something for you.
No.
Oh, no. You're doing it.
You're doing this.
Fine. And then you're going to do this one.
No.
Yeah.
I still got to go back and try to finish the first one.
I don't give two shits about the first one. You're going to do that one.
I think it would be better if we had archived videos of one of us playing one of them and the other one of us playing the other one of them.
Fine. I feel like we just lost a divorce court.
Well, I mean, I lost all the time, so I've picked up how to win from people. So now the next one I want to bring up, and then after this we're gonna go to Patrick, because me and Ryan are gonna have a lot to say about these two.
Mine's short.
That's fine. That's fine. But so these two right here, Destiny 2 and Ghost Recon Wildlands. So those are the ones that I bought specifically to play with people. And I tell you what, Ghost Recon has been the most fun I have had all year.
It's been fun
especially
as shit.
when we were tracking down the Predator. That shit was fucking amazing.
That shit was great. That shit is on the YouTubes.
That was fucking hilarious. I had a lot of fun with that. That's a really good game. It didn't score very well, but it's they've been keeping up with it and taking care of the game, and it runs great.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking. It may not be the best game.
Seamless issues.
The story is kind of throwaway, but if you've got a crew of people and all you're doing is like, what are we doing next? Oh, there's this spot like right next to us where there's things. I don't even know what the fuck the things are anymore. It's just we go there and we hold X for a second or
Yeah.
some shit like that. It doesn't matter because the good stuff is when, I don't know, we run over pedestrians and they go orbital.
So, and I'll agree with you. It's been stupid amounts of fun. Even just you, me, and Raw, because we only have a crew of 3. We're not playing with 4. We don't have a full crew. We've got, like, Raw had somebody that was supposed to jump in with us, and they never did. We've had people, I know people that have the game, but they apparently just don't play it. But I do feel like you have to have a crew to enjoy it.
Mhm.
Playing it solo would not be fun. Playing it solo is easier.
Yeah, it takes the
because
challenge out because you
yeah.
got that OP squad.
OP squad, you're fucking OP squad. That your dudes are fucking insane. Like, you don't really have to kill people; you can just mark them.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed the shit out of it. The Predator was the most fun. I think it was the most fun in it sticking out for us because we took a break from playing it and jumped back in and went and did the Predator. It's not a game where you're gonna play it to figure out why the CIA is trying to take down a Bolivian drug cartel. I don't fucking care. Like, it really doesn't matter to me. The story doesn't grab me and pull me in. Playing with my homies to go murk people in these areas in a tactical fashion, even with a Leroy Jenkins type player, is still fun.
I agree. Now, here's the fucked up thing is I will make the argument that The Division and Destiny 1 and 2 don't have enough story because it's one of those things where it's like I kind of need something that's because how Wildlands is built out, it's just like, okay, take out this guy because this guy works for this guy and then this guy works for this guy. That shit, that's fine. Okay, we got a path and it's a nice big fucking map of shit to do. But when Destiny has such a small map and little shit to do, you gotta kind of fill one of the cups with something interesting if the other's going to be a shot glass. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you're wrong. I think you're speaking more about game mechanics than you are game content, like story content.
Well, okay.
Because if you look at both, if you look at holistically, if you look at the story for both, they're both lacking.
Yeah, but Wildlands put forth an effort.
They put forth an effort into visually allowing you to decide where to go and how to handle it. And the fact that the train is basically 1 step, 2 step, 3 step done. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not run here, kill these guys, hack this thing, run here, kill these guys, hack this thing. It's go here, mark these guys, kill these guys, go here, do this, pick up this item, go here, do this, interrogate this guy, choose to kill him or not to kill him. It's up to you. Slightly different things in each mission, but they are repeatable in each area, which is fine. I'm fine with it. It is bigger. I enjoy it. I think it flows better in Wildlands than it does in Destiny. In Destiny 2.
And a lot of the things with Wildlands, now granted, we have been to the same environment a couple of times, but it's more one of those things because the person that's hosting that night may not have it checked off. Like, let's say if me and Raw went out and did something, but then the next night you're hosting and you didn't do that, we've got to do it again. But the game will not take you back to that section and be like, here's the same mission, do this again. And that's what Destiny does is like once you've done everything, it's like, okay, cool. We're going to ramp up.
Now go do it all again all the time.
Do it again. Yeah. And it's just like, do it again. And now.
Not anymore, though.
The guns with grape soda in it, like, do a little bit more damage. I swear to God, it looks like grape soda. Ones with the weird little ugly balls on the side of it. I still want my Rat King, though. That's my end game is Rat King. Once I have Rat King, fuck it, I'm putting it on the shelf.
Well, I need to see what the Nightfall is this week, and we can work on Rat King. So with Destiny 2, I have enjoyed the game. It is a social game, right? As we've talked about, I enjoy playing it with friends. I will play a little bit of it solo sometimes, but that's just mostly because I'm bored and I'm just fucking around. Otherwise, I'll go play something else.
Like
I
assassins.
like Assassin's Creed Origins. I'll get to that in a second. Um, I do think that the original, if you look at Destiny 2 vanilla, right? Because we have to do it this way.
Hmm.
You look at Destiny 2, thank you, Activision. Destiny 2 vanilla, I think that was a good start. A lot of people in the community hate it because they feel like it's a step backwards because of what Destiny 1 finished with.
See, I actually, well, okay. So I didn't play, what was it? Rise of Iron was the last one
Yeah,
for,
but
okay.
there's a couple of things that I'm going to bring up before you get into that because I know you actually enjoyed this one versus Destiny. You
Yeah.
enjoyed this one more so than Destiny. Some things that I think Destiny 2 did correctly. More cutscenes, first of all, which feels like the lore is more into the game. The scannables in game provided more in context lore. There's no Grimoire cards anymore. It's just all the scannables in game.
Now, let me interject real fast with those scannables. I want the game to remember I fucking scanned it. Don't tell me
Right.
it's there again.
Right. I agree. I agree. That's a missed mechanic. Even if it's trackable, even if it's like you make the new Grimoire all the scannables, fine. That gives completionists something to go chase after.
Even though there's no achievement tied to doing any of that shit, which
They
they're
should have made it.
they should have.
They should have.
It's just a 1 point achievement. Just drop it in
Missed mechanic. 10 gamer score. Easy. Done. Um, I think that the planets and the maps way bigger. Definitely enjoy them. I don't like that, and this is going to get into the DLC. Mercury is basically a planet version of the Dreadnought, just smaller,
there.
where you can't use your Sparrow. Mercury itself and the Osiris DLC, I like it. I do feel like it's short for a DLC, but I guess technically it like gets the minimum of what is required of content wise for story. I think the story itself is cool because it's bringing back a guardian from the past, right? An actual guardian from the past, and not just this dude that runs Iron Banner, which they kind of always had around until we did Rise of Iron and Destiny 1. Some things that I think that they missed. Destiny 2 should not have waited to put heroic strikes behind a paywall.
Yep.
And in general, heroic activities. You could, in Destiny 1, replay any story activity of your choice at a heroic modifier whenever you wanted. You could play any strike individually whenever you wanted. You didn't have to go into a playlist and just play the random game. Now, it's only the strikes in the playlist unless you're finishing one specific quest where you have to go do one strike. Or you don't get to do heroic strikes, you get strikes and nightfalls. Now that you have the DLC, you can do heroic strikes. Those are back, but only for people with the DLC. If you didn't buy it, you can't do it. That's a slap in the face in my opinion, in my staunch Destiny defender opinion. It's a slap in the fucking face to people who have been faithful to this game for 3 fucking years. Like, it's dick move. Dick move. I like the gun profiles. I like the sounds. I like the gunplay is better. I don't like the fact that pulse rifles and sniper rifles are now heavies. Where are my machine guns? I miss my machine guns. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I like the swords. The sword. I main as a hunter, as a little ninja hunter. The quick fang for a hunter is beast as fuck. You run faster. It's a single arm swipe. Every other sword is a double arm swipe. For every other, I don't think Titans or Warlocks, and I have both. I haven't seen one yet that pops up as a single arm.
Nope.
So I think that's awesome. I think the art is great. The graphics are good. I mean, I haven't had any issues really. I get a lot of duplicates right now because you get a lot of duplicates in the game, but that's fine to give me legendary shards. I don't cry about it because I understand that it's a part of the game. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, you got to give them credit though. They did increase the drop rates, which is good
Yes.
because in
I like the
Destiny,
token system, by the way.
yeah, I have no issue with that because now it's one of those things where ooh, what the hell just fell out of my pocket? You're doing something to build up your reputation with those people or your level with like the gunsmith and things like that. But you're not having to do mundane fucking stupid shit. You're out in the environment and you found a chest, so this
You're
helps
doing what
build
you wanna do.
reputation. Yeah, and it gets you stuff. It's like it has an actual payoff. To me, I felt like back in Destiny 1, my reputation with someone didn't fucking matter at all. Like, there may be some type of mechanic that you could tell me about that it was like, well, when your Cryptarch level got up to level 12, blah, 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 which, again, is still fucking bullshit. If the game drops something, it should not drop out of my pocket. It should drop like a specific something, you know, not okay, well, you can have this, but it's going to be this level because you're a fucking idiot or some shit. Like, I haven't given enough. What the fuck did it go? I'm sorry. I'm sidetracked.
Oh no, like I totally get it. Here's a cool update that they made with the DLC that I don't know if you've noticed. Before with the token system, you had to grind for each piece of gear, right? So there's a YouTuber that I still subscribe to and follow on Twitter, who does armor videos. Okay. Where her goal constantly is to complete armor sets and provide, here's what all of this armor looks like, right? So that people can choose, I would like to go farm for this armor. I would like to go do this. This is how I go do this. She puts in the grind work to go do that. And that's a lot. Originally for Destiny 2, you had to, if you wanted all of the armor for, let's just do Nessus and do Exodus Down. If you wanted all of the Exodus Down armor, you had to fucking grind tokens like a bitch. Like you were working on the fucking street corner for tokens for failsafe to go get fucking armor, right? Now, with the DLC behind the paywall, you can just go buy them.
Yeah.
For legendary shards. Which is good. It should have been that way from the fucking start.
Well, you should have that way multiple with options.
Too. It should be that way for anything that you earn reputation tokens for. You should be able to buy all of their armor for whatever. Now their guns, fine. Make those be drops. I'm 100% okay with that. Furthermore, faction rallies being the only times you can turn in reputation for factions, being Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, New Monarchy, is dumb as fuck.
Yeah. Especially for people like us, or
who play so
specifically
infrequently.
me, yeah, that I might have played it during a faction rally and I have faction tokens and I pick the game up and it's been 2 weeks since the last one. It's like I can't do anything with it. That shit's just got to either sit in my inventory or I got to just burn it out.
Yeah.
I do like the fact, though, another positive is Zara. I like the fact that I don't have to grind for fucking strange coins. I like how I can earn what he takes as currency just playing the game for like 30, 40 minutes a night. Instead of like I could have done that in the other one, but you had to do specific things to get the strange coins. This, I could fucking just snipe some motherfucker from across the room and he happens to drop a weapon that or armor piece or whatever that I don't need and I get a legendary shard from it. I can use that as monies to buy, I don't know, fucking my weird ass goat helmet that I wear, or the one that has the weird Ripley effect on my face. Not Ripley as in, Ripley from
it's
Alien, but
the pulsy one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's another cool thing about Zara with the DLC. I don't know if you've noticed because you haven't played. He has a faded engram now, which is like 97 legendary marks. But it's specifically supposed to be an exotic piece that you don't have. Like it's not supposed to be a repeat.
So
something that you have.
It like
and you only get
knows
one.
what you have in the
and you
vault?
only get one. Yeah, like it's supposed to be you pick it up, and it basically as you're buying it, it knows what you have within that character. and you can only get one per character per week. So you can't go back every week and like you can't go back constantly to just max out. I can get all my exotic shit because I have 2,000 legendary shards. You can't be Reiner Brandt and go do that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking whom I haven't seen on playing that much, to be honest, which is
Well,
surprising.
I mean, for anyone out there that follows my Destiny plays, which you shouldn't, me and Ryan ran through the story on the what is it, Curse of Osiris. That's the last time I touched it. Is that Wednesday that you and I ran through that? And I'll be honest with you. Now I've heard a lot of people say that DLC was short, like 2 hours or something along those lines. So it is along the same lines of Dark Below in length. But going back to the Wildlands argument, I think because we played it together, it was fun. Like I was okay with the shitty fucking story it had. Because it was doing this whole Doctor Who fucking Mr. Fantastic shit. If you read the comic books, it was doing some stupid shit with that, and it was like, oh, okay, because video games, yay.
Because video games.
But it was more one of these things where it's like, I actually was just like, well, that was $20 that I spent. I'm gonna have a good time. Now, if I had sat down and played it by myself, you would hear a total different story from me.
Yeah. I'm playing through it on my Warlock right now for Patrick. He got mad last night that I didn't finish it out, even though like I'm at the point where I could finish it out. I'll probably do it after this, to be honest. But it's been fun. But not to belabor the point, I do want to get into Assassin's Creed here now. I've been looking forward to Assassin's Creed Origins for a while. Assassin's Creed has had an issue with being able to keep players in its fan base, specifically since 3. They got a little bit of a boost for Black Flag because a lot of people were like, "Ooh, something new, ship battles," and then all of a sudden they were like, "Ship battles in every game."
Yeah. It's like, hey, this shit worked. So,
keep it.
We know you're in Egypt, but
you're gonna go into the Mediterranean and do ship battles as your wife.
I
don't like.
I'm gonna get another beer.
Yeah, go.
You guys.
I don't like ship battles. I don't. Never have. I didn't like him in Black Flag. I didn't like him, and it was a large part of Black Flag. I didn't. It's not my bag. I'm glad that Syndicate. What?
I had a question if they improved it or if it's just the exact same thing from Black Flag.
I feel like so the development team that worked on Black Flag also worked on Origins.
Right.
So I feel like the mechanics are the same. I feel like the weapons are obviously different because of the time frame that they're in history. But the mechanics are relatively the same. Pull up next to them, circle them, get them within the little white lines and be like, light their ship on fire and sink them. I've only done one because I'm kind of refusing to go do another right now. Working on side missions and other things. I could switch out. But I've really been enjoying it. It's very expansive. The map is massive. I've really been digging it. The combat is weird. The big thing with Assassin's Creed has always been how you can counter kill constantly, right? You can not be worried. You jump in, you're an assassin, you jump into this fucking melee and mix of fucking enemies and you lay waste to them. I think I'm due for another shot. Purely by countering and working on combos that way. Now it's more of a lock on, and the lock on system is very finicky because it's all based on your right thumbstick. You lock onto an enemy and then you sidestep, dodge, and then attack. It's very MMO-ish, right? Just because, the attack patterns are very similar, and if you're running dual swords and they're light swords and you're gonna run like a rogue or some sort of archer hunter type person. which makes sense because that's kind of like the character that you are, right? Or you can have your shield and your bigger sword, and you can block a blow and then attack a little bit heavier. But the combat is all dodge and strike, dodge and strike, dodge and strike, not counter strike, block, counter strike, counter kill, which that was what I loved about the combat in Assassin's Creed. It was all counter kills, and they were flashy, and they were fun to do, and you could chain them. Even in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, you couldn't necessarily like countering was weird and the combat was weird, but if you timed it all right, you could chain together roughly 3 to 4 people and murk them all very quickly, as long as you have the specific skills set up. That's fine. The skill tree for Origins is great, very expansive. It truly lets you choose how you want Bayek to progress. Obviously, you want to max out everything, but how you get him there, completely up to you. And I like that. I think that gives the player a little bit more control over how Bayek works and assassinates throughout Egypt. Lots of writing. Yeah, you fast travel to synchronization points. You still doing leaps of faith. I like being able to snipe people with a bow and arrow from a long distance. I like being able. I still would rather sneak kill an entire area of guards versus getting into a fight. But sometimes I fuck it up and I miss a shot. Shocker! I miss a snipe shot sometimes.
Yes.
In a video game. And yeah, and then you got to fight everybody.
So let me interject real fast. I've been watching you play this because I find the games interesting. Hell, I own a handful of them and have never played them. Now, granted, if I were to play a Ubisoft open world game other than Wildlands, it would be Watch Dogs. In fact, I have Watch Dogs 2 sitting on a shelf that I still haven't even taken the plastic off that fucker. But this one, I've noticed when you snipe homies, bitches, or whatever you want to call them, numbers pop up. Is this the first one that's done that? Like done the whole like Borderlands, here's how much damage you did.
Yes. Yeah, because even in Syndicate it didn't give me damage numbers. They did up it to where, so what's always happened before is that you would have your weapons array, right? And each fun, aesthetically pleasing weapon is really what they drive you towards, and you could only level those weapons up to a certain point. There would always be a weapon that is better than that. So in Syndicate, huh?
Carrot on a stick.
Yeah.
We got to keep you coming back.
Yeah, definitely. Like there were like the goal is always to get all of the Master Assassin shit because that should be Master Assassin. But it's not always the most aesthetically pleasing. And for me, when I'm setting up my character to run out, I want him to be a badass. I want him to look like a badass. And I typically go for a certain look, typically very Red Hoodish or Deadpoolish, red, black, hood, etc. Right?
Why are we talking about vaginas?
Because we all like to fuck them. Maybe not everybody. I don't know.
You know what? I actually like to eat them. I started us down this path and was like, oh fuck. Where the fuck am I taking?
Now you have to finish it.
I've drank too much. I've said too little. Let me just.
No, that's hater drinking too much and saying too little. He's a dick. God damn it.
Call me out on this shit.
Right. But so for specifically to Origins, with the way that they did the weapons, is you could basically keep whatever weapon you want and constantly upgrade it. So if you like a specific weapon set based on the perks you have, I've got a set of dual daggers called the Eyes of Horus that give me health on each kill.
That sounds like
that
Pablo shit.
Like I keep beefing them up. As my character levels, as I get the materials necessary, when I go to an armorer dude or a weapon salesman, I can level up that weapon to be at my current level and bump the damage up. I might flip other weapons around my base weapon set that I personally like, but you also have to farm materials for upgrades. It is a little bit crafting heavy, but it's not like manual crafting. It's very easy, very intuitive. The interface is great. Eagle vision is weird to get used to because you're using an actual eagle.
It's like a drone.
Yeah, which I guess it's not hard for me to get used to that having played enough Wildlands. But
Funny that we keep going back to that game in all of our
yeah,
conversations.
gee, maybe it's badass and everybody should play it. I don't
Maybe
know.
I should go backwards, and even though Resident Evil 7 scared the shit out of me and Metroid is just awesome, maybe Wildlands should be the game of the year.
Maybe it should be. I don't know. But I definitely think Assassin's Creed Origins is worth a pickup. If you're a fan of the series and you are on the fence about it, buy it. As a fanboy, I still have issues with the series. There are areas of it that I don't. There's things I haven't finished. There's an entire DLC pack that I bought for Unity that I haven't played.
I was about to say, did you ever finish Rogue? But I know you didn't.
No.
Because it's still for
because you haven't.
Yeah, I'm a dickbag. Maybe I'll finish Deadpool in 2018.
First game on the list for Fiend in 2018 is fucking Deadpool.
His dick suck bag simulator 2005.
We don't need to know what you do on the weekend I'm just saying play Deadpool. I mean, come on. But definitely pick that up. Last thing that I want to get into.
Now, is this is the 2017 thing that you want to talk about, right? This is not the 2018 thing that you want to talk about.
Yes, we'll talk about 2018 after Patrick gets his chance.
Yeah, because I said we were going to do Patrick next, and then
I know.
It's all good.
But we
found a good segue.
This will take 5 minutes or less.
Ryan, tell us about. Oh fuck! I thought you were playing Hello Kitty's Magical Adventure.
Fuck this game.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck this game. I'm gonna finish it because I bought it.
Is it going to allow you to finish it?
I don't know.
I bought the first one and the DLC for it, and I'm not even sure I'm gonna go back and finish that fucking shit. I'm gonna give it a shot, but
the story that I've played so far, I like. I mean, the dude's trying to find his fucking daughter.
In the Matrix.
I resonate with that.
Or the
I
Matrix.
Fucking, it's tugging at the dad heartstrings, right? It's got me.
Ooh.
It's got its hooks in me.
Ooh, Ninja, I
However-
want you to play Last of Us. Ooh.
However, and to be honest, I think the reason it's got its hooked at me is the way Outlast 2 ended really made me mad. So I guess this is like me trying to subconsciously fix that in a different game. That's not possible. I don't know. But it's got fucking way too much crafting. But I think I say it's way too much crafting because I haven't played a horror game that has crafting in it. So that's possibly purely
at least you're not running around with the 2 items that you need to make a flamethrower for 4 hours before you realize what button you have to press to combine the 2. It's not the combine button. It's a different button.
My problem is I picked up an electric bolt thingy that I have to put in a fuse box and I can't use it. Like I have one. I picked one up, but it won't let me do anything with it. I am the confused.
So here's what you do.
Also, shooting things in the ass butt.
Hater, listen carefully. When you get stuck / lost, it is okay to look up a walkthrough. You are not required to read every single word that's on that screen. If you have a fuse and need to know where to put it, Read till you find out where the fucking fuse goes, and then stop fucking reading. If I don't know you're a 1960s TV show and are lost in space, you fucking find out the path that you're supposed to be taking, and then you stop reading. That's
I
right.
think somebody has issues with
Look. I stopped my Summer of Horror game, but I stopped it second. Okay, that's why I have issues. I wanted to be the pussy this year, but no. I've actually almost bought that game 3 times since you stopped playing it, because it's like one of those things where somebody is going to get further in this game. I'm going to see some more of this shit.
But all in all, so if you follow me on Twitch, you've seen me fucking play it, or you at least have probably seen some past broadcasts. They are going to be on the YouTube channel for a little bit. They make me rage the fuck out. It's pissing me off. There's a lot of shit that's dumb. The fighting mechanics are dumb. It's making me mad. The movement is very slow to react based on what I want him to do, and if I break this controller, the developer owes me a new one.
So here's the similarity to the issue I had with the first one. Symbolism.
Thank you.
There was a spot that I got to in the first game where you're in like this old crusty ass town, and they introduce the barbed wire zombie fuckers, right? And then at one point they're like, okay, you're in this house, you hear this big motherfucker off over here that you need to go find and kill, right? But we're gonna go ahead and populate the area with a couple of people. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. And they're like, well, somebody's in the house with you. It's like, okay, cool, I can take care of this. So I run out and I murk that fucker, and I run back and I hide. I'm like, okay, cool. I can hang out here for a second, just kind of try to find out if somebody else is coming. Oh, somebody else came in. Okay, I'm going to run out here and murk this fucker and run back and hide. Just kind of, testing the waters. I kind of know how these games work. Okay, somebody else is in the house. Okay, I'm going to run out and murk this fucker and go hide. This is really interesting. Somebody else is in the house. It's like, okay. I'm going to run out and murk this fucker, and maybe by not hiding, it won't spawn that person. Nope, the guy spawned right behind the door I was opening. Fuck that shit, turned it off. I was done. I was fucking done right then and there. So, Ryan, I understand. But at least you're not stuck in a corridor with this shit. You can sidestep the butt heads. See what I did there?
Patrick.
And run. But it's
Patrick.
still...
Yes, sir.
How many times in that armory did I go up against crazy lady with the butcher knife?
Lost count.
Okay.
I missed that.
Oh, you missed it.
Yeah.
The rage
Many different
that
methods and everything.
ensued. That rage scene, you're gonna have to go back and watch it.
I will.
That rage scene. Well, I'll chop it and put it on the YouTube, and you can see it later. Because I still have to do that. But that rage scene alone is what spawned the group chat that you saw go, what the fuck is happening? Which is what made you tune in.
Yeah.
I jumped. So here's what happened, and then we'll get into Patrick's stuff. And we'll probably should take a break first and then get into Patrick's stuff. I jump into this fucking room, log into this computer. The computer takes me into the armory because it's all digital, right? I'm in the fucking horror matrix.
The Meltress.
Hortrix.
Oh. Ooh. That sounds actually kind of interesting. Is there a Japanese setting on the Hortrix? Excuse
not
me
the
while I
hentai
touch
tricks. myself. So I'm in the armory. I pick up like 8. It says like 8 bullets. I picked up 2 because it's all I had room for. Because the dudes who showed up before cleared it all out, right? I couldn't get any of the good shit. I have a 1911. I have a couple of bottles. I don't have the magic axe of death, which I don't understand why the magic axe of death is a one-hit, one-shot use item.
Sounds like
And
you
then-
bought it at fucking Winco then. Shboink, and then it breaks. Or like, oh shit, you haven't seen. No, you have. Have you seen the Hitman's Bodyguard? No, you. The one
No,
oh, dude, there's a scene with an axe that this is reminding me of.
it's not in the voodoo. I thought it was for a second. I haven't.
No,
picked it up.
I borrowed it from somebody else, so it's not.
Oh,
in there.
okay.
Speaking of which, Westworld season 1's in there. If you want to, my
haven't
folks are
seen
going to be checking that out too. So maybe wait, but
Oh wait,
go on. Sorry.
Just,
Yeah, let's. Yeah, sidebar.
Hi, boy! Yay! We'll fix that in post. No, we won't.
Ian's drunk.
Ryan's getting. I'm gonna take one more shot, and then I'll be buzzed. So, yeah, I get down in there. Get down in the armory. End up saying, "Okay, what's in this room?" Open up the room. Okay, there's this crazy lady that's like standing there. I have a gun. I'm gonna pop her a bunch. I shoot her in the head no less than 3 to 4 times. She don't go down. Nothing. And these are solid headshots. These aren't like missing headshots and like grazing headshots. These are like, I domed you, you fucking twat waffle. I fucking domed you, and you're still running at me. And then she one hits me with a butcher knife, and I die.
Carotid artery.
Okay.
Yeah.
First time, hits me in the back. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll take that. I went at it wrong. Let's figure it out. Let's scope it out. We go back at it. I work around. Okay. All right. I'm going to throw this bottle at her, and then I'm going to try and sneak kill her, see what happens.
Yo,
Because
bitch!
that's basically, I mean,
Damn, now she's pissed.
I swear, dude, I don't get it, but you can stun these motherfuckers with a bottle. I said it's going to take 5 minutes. It obviously isn't. You stun these motherfuckers with a bottle, and you can sneak kill them. I don't know how the sneak happens, but you stab them in the fucking face, and they die. Except for this bitch. No. That's not what happened. She fucking bum rushes me, stabs me, I die. Second time.
Your audio's gone
Times
weird.
number 3 through 10.
Check your controller. Your audio went dead.
Goddamn controller.
It wouldn't be a late.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
There it is. It wouldn't be the late night of first podcast had technical difficulties, would it? Fucking, I forgot to like move my controller buttons. Times number 3 through 10. All right, 3 through 10. I'm fucking with this bitch, trying to fight her. It don't fucking work. It doesn't matter. Everything I do, she bum rushes me and kills me. At which point, I rage out. Steady sends a little thing in the chat that says you can't kill the bitch without an axe. Get around her. So I get, and they're putting this in the chat as well. Like maybe you just need to get around her because there's an item down there that you need to get. I get like a couple of herbs or like some bullshit, and then I just get the fuck out. I thought there was some serious shit down there that I needed. There wasn't. But now I've come across another one inside of a fucking auto garage, and that's exactly where I'm saved. Like I ended the game last night because I popped the door open on a fuse and one walked out, and I was like, nope, I'm done. Fuck this. I'm out. Bye. This fucking game is gonna make me like punch my TV.
You missed the
I'm
part
not.
where
I've
you
only been
sneak attacked
scared,
it.
and like my anxiety has only tripped up like twice. And that was the first stream when you saw it, when you saw me jump before you saw what happened.
Because it was that big fucking thing with the fucking.
That
the
fucking Silent Hill
song.
bullshit was fucking nuts.
Well,
And
see,
then now, like me running around in the dark, sometimes I'm like, oh shit. Like the fucking scene, me going out trying to figure out where my daughter was going. That like when I went into that area, and I like grabbed my daughter's doll and shit, that cranked the anxiety up. And then now I'm fighting Resident Evil fucking ass butt head shot things.
liquors with faces.
I
and
don't
heads.
I don't get it. They've got 4 heads that turn into a giant mouth and eat my head.
They got
5
4 heads on the front, and then you get the butt
and
head.
one head on the ass. Yeah.
I swear
You
to God,
can't
that is
kill them,
that's got to
apparently.
be the weak. That's got to be the weak spot because you did something and it flipped over, and it's asshead.
I shot him in the face, and they flipped over, and
But the
they just sat.
asshead was like it kind of glowed a little bit, like I don't know, like a woman after you done licked her clitoris enough. You know, it just glowed a little bit, screaming, smack the shit out of me.
Sorry, there's fucking eyes pop out right now when you said that. That was great. Oh shit! But all in all, I mean, if you like horror games, everybody else is like, fucking pick it up. It's the tits, and I'm raging at this game right now. But that's my 2017. My game of the year so far definitely has been Wildlands. Totally, it's a toss up for me between Wildlands and Assassin's Creed Origins. Origins?
Oh my god, that was amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan's game of the year is Assassin's Creed Organs. Yes, Ryan loves the organs.
My single player game of the year would be AC Origins. My multiplayer community game of the year would be Wildlands, definitely.
Oh, well, if we're going to break it down in categories like that, I agree with you on those. My single player would be Resident Evil 7, and my portable game of the year would be Metroid.
Got it in
Shocker.
there.
Gotta get Metroid in there.
Hell yeah, I do.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll let Hader finish up his 2017, and then we'll briefly go into what our plans are for 2018, and then we will finish up. BRB.
So we're good to go.
Yay!
Yeah!
Woo!
Yay for everyone.
And we're back. Ian forgot to pee during the break. So
he's going to have to take an old man break here in a minute.
Gosh, motherfucker.
So, Hader, Patrick, buddy,
Yes.
pal, tell us how your 2017 of gaming has been.
Well, it was a lot of watching you guys, but aside from that, Hellblade was the top of the gaming list there. I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though I was playing on the most difficult setting apparently for the longest time. Yeah, that was a game that really messed with your head. I would say I'm not completely done with it, so it still can screw me over. But yeah, it was a fun game. You know, I've never had a game that messed with your head as much as that one. So the schizophrenia, the all the voices talking in your head and stuff like that, man, just crazy. So, and some of them aren't there to help you. That's the fun part.
Oh, wow.
Not all the voices are there to help you.
I've got this one on my wish list. I can't wait to check this out.
I mean, if anything, just when it comes cheaper, just buy it to give them some bucks. So.
Oh yeah, I've bought plenty of games that I've watched people playing and bought the game and have not spent any time in it. But yeah, no, this is definitely one. When it goes on sale, I'll pick it up. I want to get a physical copy of it, but I don't think they did physical copies for this game.
I don't think so. Well, no, there was an Xbox one. So
no, there's not. No, okay. It's PlayStation 4 and PC only.
Alrighty.
Because now exclusive means console exclusive, and everything goes to PC anyways. And
not all the time, but only with their games too.
I will say that graphically, having watched you played it only a little bit, I definitely can see mechanically why it was bugging you a lot. It's not very intuitive, but I think that was due to the fact that you had it on that hardest difficulty.
Well, I think also they didn't try to present it to you either. There was like, go with what you've learned and everything like that. And I'm sitting there going like, what the hell did I learn? There was no, you've done this before.
Right.
Now,
I remember this. This is new to me.
And I just don't see an easier setting where, like, okay, you would have gone through this room, you would have learned something. Is because from what I've seen online, to make sure I haven't missed anything, there was no tutorials for people on easy. So it was just kind of like, go with what you've learned, and I'm just totally confused on what I learned. It's after the fact. It's like, oh, okay, this is how it works. After you've died multiple times in a game that punishes you for dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and potentially
Yeah.
you may not finish because of dying. That's even better little quirk there. But I gotta say the storyline, the acting, the voice acting from the main character, um, did not win enough awards. Even though she did win, she definitely won one, but she did not win enough awards.
Yeah.
The game itself didn't win enough awards, in my opinion, but it did go up against some really good games this year. So, um, but yeah, that was a good game. Another one that I played around with that I enjoyed. Unfortunately, I did not stream it as much as I wanted to. Was Papers, Please. That
Oh,
one's interesting.
yeah. I think I've got that one. I just haven't fucked with
Yeah,
it.
it's interesting. The whole you're you need to essentially get your family out, and it's how you play determines how you get your family out, or if you're not going to get your family out. There's a way to play, but I think it's best for you to go through it, your way first, and then try to get the better ending. Because I don't think
Yeah.
anyone's going to get the better ending right off the bat.
Yeah, and I've heard it's kind of similar to Undertale in that aspect where it's like
Hmm.
your first time playing it is like learning the mechanics, and then your second, third, and fourth time are trying to exploit the little storylines that are actually hidden within the game itself. That some of them you kind of gotta find, and some of
Hmm.
them are like presented to you blatantly. Like I guess it's he's not wearing a mask, but it's the guy that pops up. He's like, "Hey, I'm part of the underground resistance. Help
Yes.
me do what I need to do." And you can either help him and let him slip, or
Tournament.
not help him, and then you're basically sealing your fate to stay in this fictitious country that is really bad.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. The other one that I enjoyed this year, just because of the person that I am, not sure how many people who watch my stream enjoyed it, was Project High Rise. I have played many hours on that, and it was a complete and total joy. It could be boring to watch, I could see that, but interesting to play. So I've always been a fan of Sim Tower, and it's unfortunate that there will never be a true Sim Tower. This doesn't come to the complexities of Sim Tower, actually. So it's unfortunate, but it's not a bad game.
That was
So
the one that you did during Extra Life, right? The weird
yes, one that
construction.
did not. I don't think it ended up streaming correctly. Yeah,
Yeah, there was
that
no
was.
audio with it.
It's unfortunate, very unfortunate, because I was having fun with that. So, and then my little game that I play, just if I have a quick moment in between things, is Rock of Ages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay. The
actually not a
sequel,
bad little
or
game.
are you still playing the first one, or are you on the sequel?
I'm still on the first one, but I definitely will get the sequel because the first one was good enough for it. So it's
See, I told you he was going to take two shots.
Got to.
but other than that, Prey would be the one that annoyed me the most. That
Oh, you mean Lost in Space?
yes, Lost in Space.
Lost in Space with a glue gun.
yes, the favorite gun. Um, it's a creepy little game. It looks good. It trashed my system in terms of performance, but it did look good. And I guess it's almost a little too open. If it allowed me to go somewhere where I shouldn't have gone, then get totally lost in space. So at this point, it would just be best served if I started over again. But however, I did start over off stream and managed to be lost in space yet again. So
fucking
Guides. I know.
look at a guide, okay? Stop reading when you reach a particular point. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I play the Uncharted games, I look up, like, because they do this thing at the beginning of a new chapter where at the top of the screen it'll be like chapter 15 and then it'll give you like a title. I'll look up to see how many there are. That way, in case if I'm having a night where I'm fucking playing and it's like chapter 25, I'm like, oh, this is the end.
But
And I'm
the
like,
problem with
shit.
Prey is you don't necessarily have to go down that path. So someone could have went a totally different direction, and you have to backtrack to there and then take their guide, which is in a sense then telling you how to play. That's the weird part about Prey is I'm getting in like sections I was reading about. Someone didn't even get into until midpoint in the game because they just didn't go access that area. It's not because they couldn't; they just didn't go that direction in the game. But at that
Okay.
point, they already have different weapons, and they're able to already complete the things I can't.
So then, okay, so then in that aspect, we're talking like almost like an open world where you took the wrong path. So then you
Pretty
look at
much.
their guide and you backpedal to where they are, and then you go down that path and stop reading. It's not that.
My name is Hater, and I don't follow guides.
I try not
get
to
it.
now.
I get it because when I
Well,
played
yeah,
through
you want to
Final
forge your
Fan-
own.
when I played through Final Fantasy VII, I followed a guide to the T. Like I did everything that the guide told me to. So I knew about all the story arcs that were going to happen before they happened because of reading this walkthrough and knowing what I'm supposed to be doing. The same with Metal Gear Solid the first time I played through that, or Silent Hill 1. That's how I played those games back at that time. I've stopped doing that, but if I get stuck, like years ago when I was playing Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance, there are certain puzzles where you can kind of get stuck on them. And I'm not gonna lie, I looked it up. Same with when I was playing Ocarina of Time on the 3DS. I would look up and be like, okay, I'm kind of stuck, and I'd read to the point where it's like, okay, so you gotta solve this environment puzzle. It's like, okay, cool, and then I stopped reading. Granted, I usually had to come back to it to solve the next puzzle, but it is one of those things where it's like they're they're there to be utilized. You don't have to follow them, but you know, if I get hung up, I'm going to look at one. Like I try not to look at them for horror games because everybody who's ever watched my playthrough of Alien Isolation, if I had known that there was a false fucking ending, my reaction would have been totally fucking different. But I had looked up a couple of times, where am I supposed to go next, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And as soon as it was like, well, you haven't been in this room, or you know, they're talking about rooms that I don't remember going into, then it's like, okay, cool. I'm done reading. Go to a different tab or something along those lines, so that I don't spoil myself. Granted, I'm not trying to talk shit to you. I'm a little drunk, so
No.
I might
I
sound
get
that way. But I'm just saying, you know, get your money's worth. There's people out there that could give you that little like, hey, fucking open this door, not that door, and you
Pretty
know that
much.
kind of thing. You know, so. But yeah, no. Even what little I've seen of Prey, I definitely want to check that out myself as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, let's see what you get.
it looked fun. No lie. I haven't been like, maybe I'll get it myself. I think I enjoy watching people play it though.
See, I like those single player games that kind of mindfuck you, like BioShocks. Like those games where, like, when you
Absolutely.
finally finish the story all the way out, you're like,
Absolutely.
holy fucking shit, there was some shit in this. So Prey is one of those where, like, even the first like 10 minutes of the fucking game, they're like, hey, we're fucking with your mind.
Yes,
So
absolutely. I am drawn to those games, aka Hellblade. So Hellblade does it in a different way, and I like it.
yeah, Hellblade's a little bit more in your face with the,
Yeah.
hey, we're fucking with you.
Yeah.
Like BioShock is one of those ones where it's like, hey, guess what? This whole time we've been fucking with you.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you have?
You have
No,
anything
no,
else you want to go over?
That was it. So
I
good.
Nice. I finally turned on my space heater.
yeah.
I actually forgot 2 games.
Oh. Wow.
Oh fuck.
The first one I've actually played through the first world 3 times. One with my son, one with Steadiest, and one by myself, because every time I played it with somebody else, it was only recording on their progress, so I had to go back and do this stuff myself. But Cuphead is
Yes.
fucking amazing. And if you go into the game knowing that it's like, we're trying to be difficult, it's going to be a difficult game. It's kind of a different mindset. It's like, okay, I know this is going to be difficult. I understand that I have to die multiple times to learn a pattern or learn an idea of what it could possibly happen to me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I think the hardest fight I had so far was with a slot machine, where it would randomly suggest or do something to you, and then even with what it's doing, there's not really a set pattern to how it does it. You just have to be able to react and move based on that stuff. It is really good. It's a really beautiful game. And what was it? My folks actually bought my son a T-shirt of the Cuphead characters, and when he opened it on our Christmas, he opened it like he was like, I don't know what it is, and I like held it out in front of him, and as soon as he saw it, he grabbed it and just jammed it over the shirt that he had on. Fucking awesome kid. But that I strongly suggest checking out Cuphead. I have only finished the first world. I don't know how many worlds are in it, but it's one of these games where it's like I'm having a good time with it, but it is one of those things also where I understand if I don't stick with it, I'm gonna have a bad time with it. But it's one of those ones where it's like, hey, I'm gonna punish you until you do it right. The other game that I started playing and kind of stepped away from is I Am Setsuna. It's a JRPG I'm playing it on the Switch. It's kind of like Chrono Trigger, which I don't know if Chrono Trigger's on that SNES mini thing that you ended up with. Okay, well, let's make you a pie, and then you should check that out. But it's
I've been meaning to do some pies anyway for other things.
It's a fun little experiment, and if you get something that works out of it, I've got a good majority of the stuff that you need.
Oh, I was gonna do pies for mining cryptocurrency, but that's different.
I don't think. I
can almost see the headache forming over there.
No, I can tell you about how to do it later, but I basically need 6 retro pies, a couple of GPUs, and a couple of power supplies to be able to run it.
Whatever. So yeah. So,
I'm just about making money, bro. Just about making money.
Well, this is why I'm in the job I am, is because of you and fucking making money. Fucking rate cap states. So that's 2017. If you'll notice, we didn't spend any time talking shit on EA or loot boxes, because that's done to death. Actually, let me backpedal real quick. Hater, you need to check out Jim Sterling's review for Hellblade. He doesn't give like spoilers, but he finds a glitch
That doesn't surprise me.
That you need to know about, because he could not finish the game without restarting because of this glitch.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah. So, check him out. He doesn't like. He will normally spoil the shit out of stuff, but in this review, when he's talking about it, because he did 2 reviews. He did one review where he gave it a 1. Then he went back and got past that section and gave it a review where he ended up giving it like an 8 or a 7. And he was like, so it's one of those things where it's like, because he thought there was no way past that point easily, or at least within the mechanics.
It's good to see that he went back and fixed that, though. I personally don't like watching Jim Sterling videos because I hate his voice. It makes me angry. It drives me up a wall. He's got that annoyingly pretentious British voice. It's one thing to have a British accent. It's another thing to be so pretentious that any word you utter makes you sound like you think you're hot shit, regardless of how successful your channel is. And he's a big success. He's really good at what he does. Not saying he's not. I can't stand listening to him.
So the way I take listening to him, because I've been watching him for years, it's kind of one of these things where you got to take him with a grain of salt, and it's like watching Bill O'Reilly. You're not going to agree with the motherfucker half the time, but he is going to say some shit that's going to make you think. And like when you and I once got into an argument about loot boxes being gambling, and yes, it was him that kind of brought that.
So
thought
sad that we
process.
didn't record that.
Yeah, it brought that thought process up into my mind because I'm not that kind of person, but we know someone who openly specifically stated in Destiny 2, if there's a limited time purchase for a particular item, even if I don't have those characters, I'm going to grind out the currency to buy those items so that if by chance I decide to play those characters, I have those items available to me. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, that's feeding on something.
Mm-hmm.
There is some type of feeding in there.
You did miss out on a game, though. A game that you played.
Which one?
Mass Effect Andromeda.
We just reset his entire fucking year. And he's drunk, so he doesn't know how to process this information. He's like, fuck it, I don't care.
You played it, man.
I did.
That was
Here, Ian, here. You can think about that. You think about that now, okay? I'm going to go into what my plans are for 2018. All right? 1, finish Evil Within 2 because fuck that game. 2, buy a PlayStation 4. Okay? I'm going to buy a PlayStation 4 and I'm going to start working through God of War, right? Whatever I can get backwards compatible for that, as well as the new one, right? I'm also going to get Dragon Ball Fighter Z for Xbox, likely also for PlayStation 4, depending, because Hanzo's getting it for both. He's getting it for Xbox specifically to play with us. Not going to lie. Like, he straight up said it. That's why he's getting it.
Now, real quick for the community, let me let you guys know that we skipped on the Marvel vs. Capcom that came out this year, specifically so that we would all have the funds free to buy Dragon Ball FighterZ. So
because it's like the same game, but Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's good. Well, I mean, I don't think you have multiple characters that you have.
You do. You can have 3 characters. You tag out 3.
Can I have them all be Trunks?
No.
Damn. So fine, then it'll be Trunks, Gohan from the Frieza saga, and then Goten.
Is I don't think Goten is available.
Majin Buu.
Nope.
No.
It currently only. I don't believe it goes through Buu Saga. It only goes through.
No, it does.
It?
Yeah,
It
I saw
does?
the opening cinematic, and
Did you?
Buu is in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I haven't seen Boo be a playable character. That's like for all the videos that I've seen, all I've seen has been everything through Cell Saga, and like, oh, like I'm so fucking hyped for this game. It is insane. Like, oh.
Put your penis back in your pants. Put your
No.
penis back. Put it back.
No.
Put it. God damn, that's some violent masturbating.
So PS4, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, finish Evil Within 2. Probably gonna work through. Definitely gonna work through God of War. With the PS4, that opens up my entire gaming library like stupid. Definitely at some point gonna work through streaming or at least recording Shinobi. I have to do that on your PS3, right?
Yeah, I need to buy it and get the system over to you.
Okay. I mean, I have the game. Will the hard copy not work?
No, it will not.
Okay.
The way
Has
that
to be the digital because of the way it was.
the way they do their backwards compatibility is you have to buy the game. Like, I just recently found out that there are some PS2 games that are available on the PlayStation 4. So there's 2 games that I really want to get on this that I have physical copies for, but I don't have an HDMI based.
If I could get an Onimusha game on fucking PS4, fuck.
You want me to look it up?
Maybe later. But yeah, so definitely want to work through Shinobi at some point in 2018. Like that's a fucking goal for me. I missed that game. I put it in on the wife's PS2 a little bit for like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, nah! It's good shit. Hell, if I could even find an analog to HDMI converter to put through my capture card, I might. I don't know if that would work, but I would try it just to be able to get footage recorded. Because even if I can't stream it, recording it would be great. That's fucking nostalgic as fuck for me. And while I don't like living in retro games and living in the past, I do think every now and again appreciating where you came from is smart. I'm definitely gonna stream some SNES stuff. Because I mean I can. It's on HDMI. It's not. I'm not gonna export that stuff to YouTube because Nintendo. Nintendo.
Yeah, they're kind of dicks about that shit.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I didn't buy it. And here's the thing: love my wife for buying it. I never would have bought it myself. Like I never would have gone out to buy an SNES Classic or an NES Classic. Wouldn't have even thought about it. Wouldn't have even done a retro pie. But that was a surprise present that I'm glad I have. Even wrapping up the controllers around or the cords around the controller was fucking like yes. Fucking but that's gonna be at least the first half of my 2018. I don't know what the rest of it's gonna bring. What I will tell you is a game that I will not be looking at purchasing or getting into at all, which Steadiest put into the group chat.
Oh no,
is going to be
no.
Fucking Monster Hunter fucking fun.
No, because that goes into my 2018. Because I was gonna convince Home Slice Hater to finally get some Xbox Live Gold subscription, so
I
that
gave him a 3-month card.
So that we can sit down and play through that shit, man.
If you guys want to play it, you guys play it.
No,
I'm not
dude.
playing this fucking. I'm a professional monster hunter in the 1800s. It's Evolve in the 1800s. I'm not doing it. It can suck my dick.
You don't want to pay for the Super Deluxe Extended Edition?
Go kill yourself.
Hey, Patrick, did you know that not too long ago, Xbox gave out the Deluxe Edition for free?
For free?
With their Games with Gold service. Oh my God, it has so much stuff in it. It's
Maybe the servers are dead.
No, they're not.
Servers are dead.
No.
You can play today
their servers are dead, but I think we can still.
Yeah. Play a network game?
I hate you. Hate.
Yeah, everybody does.
Hate.
But you make it so easy.
Oh. Like I saw that. So I saw the link to that in Super Barley Brothers.
Yeah, I tagged you in that shit.
I know. Like, no. Like, what in the world makes anybody think this is a good idea? It didn't work as a fucking futuristic game. So now you think putting it in the 1800s is all of a sudden going to make it a success?
I think
people still won't know what they're doing.
I think the reason why it didn't work before is because how DLC laden that shit was. Like day one, there was already $80 worth.
It wasn't even just that though. Like, yes, I'll agree that was a problem. 100% that was a problem. Looking back,
the
worst purchase I've ever made.
The other part of it was the toxic community that expected everybody to know their part right from the get-go. If you had a squad of 4 people, which one wasn't specifically trying to always be the monster, Ryan, then you could take some time to learn how to play a role. And I mean, it took me 2 matches to learn what everything the healer does. It doesn't take long. You gotta be willing to do it. And you got to stick with one class, though. That's the thing, is you got to kind
I
of.
get it. Yeah, no. Like you need to specialize as one class. When you're not the monster, you gotta pick your shit, and you gotta know your shit. You gotta do your shit. So it's just another game that you have to have a crew for, and that no crews were available for.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody played that game
For long.
specifically on console at launch for very long.
Nope.
No,
Like that
Like
was
a
the
month.
bad thing. But
a month.
let's say this Monster Hunter game comes out and it kind of is sort of bare bones, where it's just go here and shoot the werewolf in the face. Everybody gets a musket and everybody knows how to reload it. You know, if it's something as simple as
If it's that, maybe.
all I'm saying is don't write this shit off right away. Don't don't let the sociopathic brunette that had the pussy that rocked your cock really good fuck with your heart long after the fact that it doesn't matter anymore. She's on the shelf, bro. Forget about it. Everybody goes quiet because Ian relates shit that happened in his life. Psychotic women are attracted to this fantastic piece of man meat that you see before you.
I know you did so well with the driving in Far Cry 4. There is Far Cry 5 this coming year.
Oh, and it'll be perfect for you because there's like a fucking, what is it, like a, what the fuck are those guys called? Not regime, militia. There's a fucking militia out there, and God, boy, are you quick to snap into militia. Look at you. You already look like a militia boy with that fucking look on your face. You easily slip into that, you know, hail victory.
No step on snack.
Okay.
I'll have to put that. I'm gonna edit that in post.
And then
I'll put the fucking Gadsden flag up there.
Ian, there's Anthem, which is a follow-up to Andromeda.
Oh, yeah, Anthem. Wait,
No, Anthem.
Why do I remember that game?
That's
the
the Destiny that BioWare is doing.
Yeah.
That's the Destiny on another planet where you're doing like airdrops into fucking battles and shit, right? Okay, I was talking about that over the Christmas weekend with my uncle Scott. That game like visually looked fucking beast when it dropped at E3.
Which means it's going to look nothing like that when we actually play it.
I'm gonna be real mad if it doesn't, especially because I think it was a specific Xbox One X preview to show like 4K beast.
That shit was not running on a console. That shit was running on a PC. I don't care what they tell you.
This is live Xbox One X footage.
I could plug this shit into a computer and it will work. I can actually, with a program.
Our Xbox Ones are fucking computers.
I can plug my Joy-Con into my computer.
True.
Okay, I'm just.
True.
Wait, Joy-Con is the controller for the Switch. Let me. I'm not talking about putting my penis in my computer. I mean, I do that, but I'm not talking about that right now. I mean, that's something that I do on a regular basis. There's like issues.
Whatever fucking blow-up dolls you use that happen to be electronic. Maybe fleshlights have new models. I don't know.
It's actually like a shake weight type of like adapter for the fleshlight that just.
You know what? I can dig it. I can respect that. I can respect that.
I mean, I got to get my rocks off where I can.
You know what?
Because when I'm
do what
done,
you got to do, man.
I put it in the box. I mean,
it's that or go back to dating crazy bitches.
I'm fucking done. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ian's drunk. This is getting great. This is wonderful. I'm gonna get text messages from about 4 ex-girlfriends that are like,
"Is it me?"
I'll be like, "Hey."
Hater, what do you want to do for 2018?
Well, I would like to finish Prey.
I would. Okay. Please, if you have stuck around this long, one, we love you.
Yes.
From the subcockle area of our hearts.
Interesting. Okay.
We love you. You only know that if you're a Dennis Leary fan. Please let us know in the comments what volume, what amount of hours Hater should stream video games for next year. We need a minimum quota of streamable hours. No, you can't say stream for 5 hours. That's literally like 2 weekends.
I think that's all he's done in the past year, anyways.
No.
So
there's
I'm talking
been quite a few.
like per weekend. How many hours does homie need to stream? Because here's the deal. We've got our Twitch channel for the Late Night Enforcers, right? That will be used seldomly over the next year. Really, what do we want to put out for the community? What do you guys want us to play? We'll play it there. You might see us play on our own channels quite a bit more. I primarily will be playing on my channel more often now that I'm affiliated. But I'll be throwing stuff up from the console and even from my own system as I build the streaming rig out from the Late Night Enforcers as well. I know Fiend's going to do shit on his channel. Hater's going to do shit on his channel. Steady's going to do shit on her channel. But we are all going to be putting stuff into Late Night Enforcers. What do you want us to stream, first of all? Second of all, who do you want to stream what? And
for fuck's sake,
that is
Patrick,
key.
do not put in the comments that Fiend needs to play FNAF. Because I've actually played quite a bit of it compared to the rest of you fuckfaces. And this
I think
newest...
Hater needs to play VR Resident Evil 7.
No one has VR system.
Actually...
No, you don't have one.
I don't have it.
No, you don't.
But I have a friend that has not moved to Florida that bought it for his kids. So all we have to do is get this guy boozed up, walk out of his apartment with it. Toby, I'm just fucking with you, Toby. You'll come over and watch this fucker have a hard time with it.
Toby,
we gotta get the game.
He's moving.
We gotta no. So before this past year's Extra Life, there was a buddy of mine by the name of Michael that I was going to try to get involved because he had the VR unit and he had Resident Evil 7. So we were going to do that, but then he was like, hey, I'm moving to Florida. So it's like, hey, watch out for the hurricanes. Have a good time. Great guy. I'm going to start playing some Switch games with him here, not tonight, because after this, I'm going to go fucking rub one out and pass out. Edit that out, Ryan. We'll just do that right there.
We don't edit shit.
And then, so all we got to do is get our hands on a copy of that Resident Evil 7 for the PlayStation 4 with the VR compatibility. And here we go with somebody that can't hear out of his left ear.
Yep.
Is it? Yeah. Trying to decipher where the hell regenerating hillbilly boy has a run with fucking chainsaw. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be great.
The other would be Metro Exodus. I would love to play that. And Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
See, I've got no desire to play either one of those.
Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. Apparently, somebody messaged me on Facebook, but it's gonna happen. I'm going to get ready for this. I'm going to pre-order Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm not.
What? Are you going to pre-order it at GameStop?
No.
Hey, which one's giving you the best rewards?
So if I spend enough money at Best Buy, I get $5 for free. So
yeah, but which one gives you the best items?
Not my concern. $5 off a game eventually. That's my concern. And
However,
I already get a discount on the games. I get 20% off new games when I buy them, and it doesn't have to be like at launch. Like if I were to go in there right now and buy Wolfenstein 2, I get 20% off. So why wouldn't I go there? It doesn't matter what I get. Speaking of which, I recently bought that Rabbids Mario game for the Switch, and it had the pre-order DLC in it. So I mean, the same shit happened with Alien Isolation. So
Yep, it sure did.
I don't. The only reason why I want to pre-order that is because I want to say, yes, thank you. You can count me as someone that's going to play it.
Then
You can count that as a number.
So considering I think you had fun with The Last Guardian, are you going to pre-order Shadows of the Colossus?
Yeah, no. When it comes to like a day before, I may pre-order then to make sure that I have a copy available to me the day of. I will buy it brand new day release so that they get that count. I'm not going to pre-order it because I've bought it 2 other times already. I lost my copy on the PlayStation 2. I have the PlayStation 3 copy, but now that they're doing that, I'm going to play that because it looks fucking beautiful.
It does. That's my goals for 2018, and also, of course, getting my new PC up and running. So.
Still not.
Yeah, external from video games, I want to get a stream rig up and running. That's why, like, any donations I get on Twitch. So, like, if I do shot streams and stuff like that, anything I get donated is going straight into that. Is working on getting an actual tower built, one that can handle summers, be liquid cooled and stuff in the garage.
Vapor chamber.
So, and I'll have it like legit desk set up in the corner over here. And
you know what you really should. Whoop, shit. I'm tugging on my headset. You know what you really should buy first with all those donations and subs?
that I don't get.
An AC unit.
Nah, I need to sweat the calories. Besides, if I'm sitting here playing a horror game in the middle of the night, sweating my ass off, that's dedication.
It is dedication. Absolutely dedication.
Better than you because I'm playing a horror game in a shitty environment.
Honestly, I think playing it in the winter is worse. To be honest.
Yeah, well, then again,
it gets dark faster and it's more creepy for some reason because the weather's worse. You don't get a lot of like weird, creepy weather in the middle of the night during the summer around here.
And also, in the summer, when you have nothing but your little lifty tank tops on and you know something's running down your back, you know it's just sweat. But when it's in the winter and something starts going down the crack of your spine, you don't know if it's a sweat bead or if it's the fucking wicked witch in the west just drying her finger down your back before she reaches around and grabs your gosh and turns it around.
And on that note, I think we're probably going to cut it.
2018
Oh, he didn't get to his 2018.
2018 is going to be amazing.
Yeah. Wait, I thought we did. What are you going to do for 2018?
So other than playing other horror games that I will start and not finish, because we hit goal this past year in 2017 in Extra Life, as I kind of mentioned before earlier, I am going to go back to Resident Evil 7. I'm not making the statement that I'm going to finish it. We're going to go back and we're going to touch on it, and I'm going to actually take the mindset of I may not finish you and start being a little bit more aggressive with my gameplay and trying to push through it. I am on the easiest setting. It's just the psychological part of that game is real fucking deep. Look, we've all seen the end of Outlast, so it doesn't matter if I finish it. Ryan keeps fucking bringing it up because he's a little bitch.
I want to see you do it.
I will play as much of it as I can. I mean, really, all that game is like, look, okay, so I've said it before. I don't know if I said it to you two. There is a difference in being scared and startled. And Outlast does a really good job of startling you and creating PTSD type symptoms. Resident Evil fucking terrifies me. Like, I'm legitimately scared of that fucking shit. Like, it's not surprising me. It's not like, and then I'm scared. Well, yeah, okay, I jump because I'm surprised during that. But the thought process of what is behind the next door, lumbering at me, that could take 5 fucking headshots before it goes down, giggity. That's what terrifies me. It's like I know there's more of that shit in there, and I don't think I have enough ammunition to handle it. Outlast is, I'm gonna fucking cut your dick off, run away, woo, I'm gonna go hide in the closet. Yeah, I'm not. I told you earlier my piece on Evil Within 1. It did some shitty shit, and I'm fairly positive that Evil Within 2 is gonna have some shitty shit in it, more so than what you've seen so far. I will put an in and out bet on that.
I'll tell you what.
Cool.
If we hit goal for Extra Life in 2018, I will replay Slender on the hardest difficulty.
You will finish Slender Deering Extra Life 2018. There we go. That's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Sleek
Finish. Did I not finish it?
You did not finish it. You did not go play the 8 pages thing that was hidden in it.
Oh. Yeah. Fine.
I'm not
In the
saying you
media
have
room.
to finish the 8 pages section. I'm saying you have to attempt it.
Okay. Okay.
Now, granted, ladies and gentlemen, our Extra Life ticker for 2018 is going to start a lot earlier, so we are looking for
Start
1,500.
like next week.
Not next week. Shut the fuck up. It's good because I need plenty of time for your fucking ass to promote that shit. Because you're the guy with the clout. I mean, you have a subscribe button, don't you?
I'm gonna jack him in the jaw the next time I see him.
No, you're not. You're gonna hug my ass. You're gonna hug my ass so hard. But getting off of the horror game shit, because we're always gonna give each other shit for that shit. My plan for 2018 is to actually stream through the Metroid Prime series so far. Since Metroid Prime 4 is going to be coming out eventually. I have the trilogy on the Wii U, which is an HDMI unit, so I'm going to play through those games. I've actually never finished a Metroid Prime game. I never even touched Metroid Prime 3. I own
Wow.
3 different copies of it, but I've never played it. Because, I don't know, motion controls, they don't really speak to me, and I really like the 2D Metroid games. Hence the reason why I was talking so much mad dick suck for Metroid 2 Samus Returns on the 3DS. But I want to get through that, and if I get through those, I might play Other M, which is the second worst game in the entire Metroid franchise. I don't know. Federation Force is still wrapped in plastic over on the shelf, and I bought it day one. But other than that, I mean, that's all I'm planning on right now. Now, if Agony comes out, that's a horror game, so I'm kind of backpedaling. If Agony comes out, I might attempt that fucker. But it's got to come out on either the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox.
Oh, the end to the Telltale Walking Dead is coming out.
Yes, but see, those are not entertaining.
No,
For
but
people
you've already done all of them, right?
Yeah, I've done all of it. I fucking hated season 3, but I finished it.
Well,
And I
there you
will
go.
finish season 4 and play through that, but it's,
You'll probably stream it.
I don't think I will, just because I'm not going to interact with people. It's just going to be you watch me make my choices. Like if I set up the stream in the title, it'll be like, I'm not talking to you.
You can always just record it.
Yep.
That's true. I could just
You've
do
got that game capture and Elgato stuff, so
that I use. Shut your face.
I know you use it. I'm just saying you could just record it and then just put it up on YouTube.
It's true. It's very true. But
Very
yeah,
easy.
I mean, that's
Cool.
Yay!
yay.
Well, we hope you enjoyed us this year.
Absolutely.
It's been an interesting year. We've argued a lot. We've talked about a lot of different things. We've changed formatting. We've tried some things out. If you want us to argue or discuss other things, please let us know in the comments. If you would like to get involved in the planning and all of that, join our Facebook group. We do have a Discord now as well. I'll put that in the link in description. We'll be utilizing that for kind of growing the community within the different platforms that we utilize, whether it be PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox, what have you. I just set up that Discord a little bit ago because I wanted to see, hey, what is this all about? And it's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, like I'm a newbie Discord guy. Had no idea that it was kind of cool. But definitely get involved with us if you want to get involved in what we play, who plays what, etc. If you want to stream with us during Extra Life, something like that, please let us know. We are 4 people that run multiple shifts over. Basically, we focus on 2 weekends as our main weekends, but the link will be open for a large part of the year to accept donations. But if you want to get involved in the streaming and the actual physical, hey, we're here doing stuff for the kids, come hang out, watch us be stupid, let us know. We're more than willing to take on additional people to jump in and rotate extra shifts, because even 4 people over 2 weekends can be kind of rough. Props to Steadiest over this last year for running almost a solid weekend solo. She did a ton of work and she did a great job at it, and she plays weird video games. And they're fun to watch. I think I saw her streaming last night. She was doing some cat stuff. It was weird, but it was funny.
Oh, was she streaming last night?
Yeah, she was streaming last night. I got the notifications on, yo. We rep the family.
Look, my notification said Sleek and 2 other people. So, I mean, I follow more than just you. I mean,
but definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you see notifications. We put video game videos up all the time. It's been intermittent over the holidays right now because we're all spending some time with our families and getting some schedules worked out, but it will be more frequent in the future. We don't follow a set schedule. So don't think that you're going to get a video every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday or daily. Sometimes you might get a spurt of stuff that shows up daily. Sometimes you get stuff that shows up once a week or every 2 weeks. We're weird about stuff like that.
And sometimes, because YouTube is now like Netflix, you get an hour to 2 hour long video. Like this one that you can come back to later and pick up where you left off without having to remember where you left off, because YouTube is a fantastic service when it comes to that. We are not getting paid for this. So with all my talking about fucking and sucking and penises and shit like that, I really don't think we're monetization kind of level of shit. Speaking of which, go check out my video about the reaction to the Alita Battle Angel trailer, because I need like 24 more people to crack that 300 mark, and that will be our top watched video. I mean, right now it is, but I would really like to crack that 300 mark. So I'm
definitely. And we'll actually put a link to that video in the description below. It's a solid review. I never actually heard of that series